Oh my days, Theresa May is actually a he, she. Surely that's lies. Oh no, it's the Daily Mail, or the Daily Fail, so it's probably real. Anyways guys, my name is James Slattery and I'm here doing another report for Now's TV. What are we on? Our topic today is... One second. No, it's a bit too early for food, but I'll have something off the drinks menu. I'll have another pint of Guinness and a whiskey chaser. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, basically, Wikipedia has fucked off the Daily Mail as one of their news resources because of all the bullshit, the over-sexualizing, the over-exaggerating, and the lack of fuck-all real statistics and facts on some of the stories they're running. Hopefully, we're in King's Cross today, in the city of corruption again. We're going to go and ask people in the street, how do they feel about most of the headlines that are fabricated? And I, myself, have been a victim of the Daily Mail. They called me a racist and someone ginger. There's a few truths in that, but I'm actually strawberry blonde. So I'll see you in a minute. Young man, have you got 2 seconds? Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, go on.
Do you watch the news?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, come here, let me say something to you. The Daily Mail, they've been fucked off as a news resource for Wikipedia because of their glamorization of stories and their false headlines and stuff.
Bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you read between the lines?
Sometimes, depends innit. You never know about the context and that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where's your main resource for news? How do you know what's going on in the world?
I'll say Al Jazeera innit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll say Al Jazeera is a good news.
Okay.
Because they're not biased like BBC News. BBC News is biased.
Okay.
Like this is biased as well.
Daily Mail, have they got an agenda?
They're all biased.
Do you think it's fair for them to put up some stories about people that are untrue?
Sometimes they don't even put the stories that have happened before.
Oh, okay.
Like say something major happens, but they don't put it up. But they put up the Muslims. When the Muslims do something, they put it up.
Why are they sensationalizing their stories? Is it for more clicks?
I'll say, yeah, they want more views, they want more money.
Okay. Any messages to the Daily Mail?
Yeah, fuck you, innit, fuck you.
So you look like you're contemplating picking up a newspaper. Where do you usually get your news resource from? On the world?
The internet.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you look at these boys, the Daily Mail online?
No.
Why?
It's rubbish.
Daily Mail are saying the Metropolitan Police are banning reggae music. Is that true?
They want to interview you, so there you go. What?
Is it true that the Metropolitan Police are trying to ban reggae music?
I don't know about that, you know.
I heard it on the Daily Mail.
I'm not sure. I don't listen to the mail. I don't watch the Babylon newspaper still.
Here we are in Chinatown. No better place to find some answers. What is it you're doing here, young man?
We are for human rights to stop forced live organ harvesting.
How do you feel about fake news?
Fake news. Fake news. Yeah, I don't like fake news.
Why?
because Chinese government, they use fake news to misguide all Chinese. That's why the persecution happened in China.
Is it to cause confusion?
Yeah. A lot of confusion. They let more people to hatred, to create more gap between each other. The first is truthfulness. Truthfulness is very good, very important for this world. So fake news have to be, removed.
Here we are outside the Chinese hot pot with Shannon. The Daily Mail printed a news story a couple of weeks ago about this place actually selling cats and dogs. How do you feel about that?
Okay, well I'm a vegan, so
so you're obviously angry.
It's a no from me. I mean, well, obviously, we eat obviously pigs, cows, etc. in this country, and if that's part of their culture, then we're in Chinatown.
Do you think it's fair that the Daily Mail put that online?
I mean, I don't know if the company actually say that they do that. Like, do they?
No. Basically, what I said to you was a completely farce, a fake, fabricated report, which is why we're in town today, because we're talking about the Daily Mail with their false bullshit.
Thank God.
What do you think about fake news?
I think it's ridiculous. There's so many things that get twisted, like clickbait. like news stories that are faked, or even titles that are exaggerated, you know, just to make people look and to make people think certain things about certain people, and it's just ridiculous.
They over-sexualize and over-dramatize things for clicks.
Exactly, and it is ridiculous because it ruins people's, you know, like people's businesses. If it's, you know, to do with businesses, it ruins people's reputations, celebrities, etc. And yeah, it is ridiculous.
So it's only as of lately the Wikipedia have fucked off the Daily Mail as a news resource because of their lack of proper statistics and facts. Why do you reckon it took them so fucking long to get rid of the Daily Mail? Wikipedia are voluntary.
Yeah.
And I thought Wiki was a good resource for information, but obviously not. Why do you think it took so long?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how to answer that. Really.
Was it good for business for everyone?
Probably. Yeah, probably that's what it was. It was one of those things where, you know, people just think, oh, well, it's helping me out, you know, kind of thing.
Well, Daily Mail definitely, in 2014, they put out a story on a Nigerian hotel saying they sold human flesh, which was a completely fabricated, false bullshit. How bad is that for a business?
It's ridiculous. I mean, my mum owns her own florist, you know what I mean? Like, and if any kind of bad word was said on such like a large platform, it'd just destroy them. And it's so unfair that, you know, they can think that they can do that just because they're this huge company, and they think that people won't speak up as well because they are such a big company. So it is just ridiculous.
So what should we do? How should we read between the lines and get proper news that's going on in the world?
See, I struggle with this because, you know, you see so many things on Facebook, you see so many like false, you know, articles and stuff, and it's so hard to kind of get around it. But people are just so one-track mind. If they see a thing that they already, you know, have a stigmatism about in their head, they're just going to believe it without even researching into it. Me personally, I'll research into every news article that I read. I will never take, you know, face value. But a lot of people, if it's, you know, an article against somewhere they don't like, or a race that they don't like, or someone they don't like, they will just take it for granted. They'll be like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And it is ridiculous. People need to, you know, cite more and, you know, look more into things.
How do you feel about Donald Trump? It's just breaking news. He's lost presidency.
Lost presidency?
Yeah.
When did this come out?
About a half an hour ago on the Daily Mail.
Oh, really?
Well, he's gone.
Oh. First I've ever heard of it.
But then again, I read that in the Daily Mail, and they have a habit of throwing out horse shit for reports.
Yes, that's true. That they very do.
How do you feel about fake news?
Fake news, not so bad. It depends on how it throws the public, I guess. Like, if the public's going to make a massive deal about it, you know, like when it comes to Donald Trump, a lot of people over here have complained about it, and I can understand how it upset people. But all that comes to my head is, you know, why should we really be that concerned and scared? You know, it's not our concerns. It's America's concern. No offense to them, but you know.
But fake news, it has us in an array of confusion.
Yeah.
Like clickbait.
Exactly, yeah, clickbait. I mean, there's American news that have made up stuff like, someone made up a few years ago on an American news site that
Would that be Fox? Because that's pure shit as well.
It might be, actually, yeah. They made up that Justin Bieber was actually a 55-year-old paedophile in a mask and wig once. Whoa. So, there you go.
I'll tell you an interesting one. The Daily Mail ran for about a minute and a half. Do you remember Amanda Knox in France on the murder trial?
I do not, no. I don't watch news like on TV massively that often. But
how damaging can that be to a family?
Fairly damaging, I'd say.
It's not good, is it?
No.
How are we going to get our news resource if we can't trust the people that are online?
That's a good question. You want it from the biggest source you can get. Personally, for me, wise, BBC has always been the news site for me. Really, it's the one that gives the most trustworthy news from what I've seen, anyway.
So BBC's not propaganda like the rest of them?
I wouldn't say so, no. I mean, BBC have had no problem with connecting to, and a lot of the stuff that I've seen on there doesn't look to be bull crap anyway.
Would you have a message for the public in regards to how they should resource and get hold of their news?
Personally, I'd say whatever you think is the most trustworthy to you. That's personally my opinion, you know. If you want to go with something that looks like clickbait, it's your choice, I guess, really.
Anyways, guys, that was more reporting for Now's TV in the city of corruption. We've learned one thing today. The Daily Mail is only good for one thing. Wiping your fucking arse when you've no toilet paper. But we've got a little idea. Let's actually put good use to this fucking thing. Let's recycle it and put it back into society. That's all the Daily Mail is good for.